Reincarnation of a king long gone, the highest enlightened nigga sitting on top of the sun.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Danny, aka King Bub, and I think I just knocked over my mic stand. So sorry about that if you heard that, guys. But we are here with week 1 of the NPCC season 3, I do believe, and we are going up against our boy Mewtwo fan Nate. So make sure you guys do check out his channel. He has a really awesome channel. He does a lot of VGC stuff, and he's a good battler. So make sure you guys do show him the love. And his team, of course, is the New York Noiverns, who is our opponent, like I said. So let me read off the team that he possibly could bring. He has Cortana, Rotom Watch, Chandelure with the Z move, Togekiss, Flygon with the Z move, Mesprit, Hitmonlee, Drapion, Armaldo, Lycanroc with Z move, and Levani. So his team, like, it's not the best team in the world, but it actually works decently well against my team. Except if you look at my team, Tapu Bulu pretty much just kind of wrecks his team. So if you're looking at the screen right now, the team that he did bring is Drapion, Mesprit, Chandelure, Rotom Watch, Lycanroc, and Flygon. I thought he was gonna bring Togekiss over Mesprit because Togekiss can actually handle Tapu Bulu a little better than Mesprit can, and really the only thing he has to handle Tapu Bulu is the Drapion, which can easily be, it doesn't have reliable recovery, so all we have to do is chip away at it and we'll be able to take it down pretty much. But if you look at my team, I did bring Registeel. It's a Chople Berry Registeel with HP Fire because I thought he might bring Cortana, and I wanted to take a Sacred Sword or whatever it is. We got Vaporeon with leftovers to take Chandelure. It's really specially defensive. We got Choice Scarf Tapu Bulu because if nothing else is Choice Scarf by Flygon, then Bulu pretty much can just destroy everything. We got Life Orb Tornadus. Hopefully we don't miss any Hurricanes. And then Cofagrigus, we had a Calm Mind, Cassie Berry Cofagrigus, the berry that weakens ghost moves. And then we had Sunny Day, Z move, Entei. I was really debating a lot about the Entei moveset because I was gonna do a Z move, the Continental Crush, I think. It's the one, the rock Z move one. Just to hit Rotom Watch a little harder, and to hit Togekiss much harder. But I had Solar Beam with Sunny Day, so it can also hit Rotom. Because I was expecting a really defensive Rotom to take on my Entei, because Entei is also a big threat to his team. He has Lycanroc that can take hits, but it doesn't want to get burned, and it's still going to take a lot of damage. And he has Flygon that could also get burned. So my lead of choice was going to be Drapion, even though, not Drapion, Registeel, even though it is a very obvious lead. Registeel tends to be a very obvious lead. So I did expect him to either lead with Mesprit, Lycanroc, or Drapion. So sorry if you guys saw my cursor there. It gets in the way sometimes. So like I said, we are going up against Nate. He is challenging us, and he is gonna lead off with Bulu Check, aka the Drapion. So he does lead Drapion, which makes sense because Drapion can actually do can taunt us pretty much, because I do lead off with Registeel, so Drapion can taunt us. And I totally forgot about the taunt. I actually wasn't thinking about the taunt. I thought might as well just go for a rock just in case, but it would have been better if I went for Flash Cannon just to do some cheap chip damage to this Drapion, because it's pretty much the only thing that can take on Tapu Bulu, and Bulu just pretty much kills everything else. So the best thing would have been to go for Flash Cannon to do some damage, but I just went for rocks, not thinking about the taunt. But here I had a feeling he was gonna go for Toxic Spikes because I do not have any hazard control on my side of the team this week, which has been a theme for me. I haven't been using hazards. What am I, shoddy? But so I knew he was gonna go for Toxic Spikes, and this Life Orb Hurricane is pretty much gonna destroy this Drapion. So I knew he was gonna switch out. I should have went for U-turn here, but I wanted to get damage on Rotom. I knew Rotom was coming in. As soon as I get damage on Rotom, Sacred Fire, if Sunny Day's up, Sacred Fire plus Solar Beam kills this Rotom. So as you see, this Hurricane does a good like 20-something%, which is really nice. And this is a Rotom. Rotom is bulky, man. Tornadus just hits so hard. I was hoping I wasn't gonna miss the Hurricane. It wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world because it wasn't as important, but it's always good to hit them. And I go for U-turns just to do some more damage to the Rotom. And we already brought Rotom really low, which is the #1 wall against our team. because Rotom can take on Entei. Even though Tapu Bulu completely destroys it, it can take on Entei, which is another big win condition for our side. But I go back into Registeel. Had a feeling he was going to go for Volt Switch. I really couldn't do much about it. I don't have Nidoking to stop him from Volt Switching around. Either way, Nidoking would be risky because he could go for Hydro Pump and stuff like that. But he switches into his Flygon. Oh, no. He switches into Chandelure. So Chandelure comes in. Chandelure is a huge threat. We have Vaporeon, but a Z-move, a Bloom Doom Chandelure could destroy Vaporeon, which was really scary. A Trick Chandelure would be really annoying, tricking a Choice Scarf into Vaporeon. And I don't know, Chandelure is really scary against my team. It's the #1 threat, I do believe. And he actually goes for Substitute, so that tells me that he is not Scarf, or a Z-move, which is the two biggest things that were on my mind. Calm Mind, Chandelure doesn't really matter that much to me because my team still outspeeds it, and it'll be able to pretty much revenge kill it whenever it wants to do anything like that. And I also have Roar on Vaporeon, so I don't have to worry about him setting up. So Chandelure's threat level just dropped down a whole bunch because he is sub. So that kind of just makes Chandelure a little bit less scary for us. But he does go for the Energy Ball, and I thought he was gonna go for Calm Mind, so I just went for the Roar, which probably would have been better, so we can get our health back and then roar him out. But I had to play it safe and not let him Calm Mind, because, you know, Calm Mind still would be scary because it could take out Vaporeon. So in comes his Lycanroc as I roar out his Chandelure. Would have been nice if he went into something else, like Drapion. I don't know. Nah, because we need our leftovers. So I guess this is the best thing, really. And I wanted to stay in to scout what he was gonna go for. I had a feeling he was gonna go for Stone Edge, and so I should go for Protect here, just to scout out to see what he's gonna go for, because I'm not 100% sure if he's gonna go for like Fire Fang or if he's gonna like expecting the Registeel and stuff like that. So I do go for the Protect just to see what he's gonna go for. And he does go for the Stone Edge, and I felt safe to go into Registeel. Registeel doesn't really do much. All I wanted to do is set up rocks. That's the most important thing the Registeel has to do. So after this turn, I'm gonna go into Registeel and set up the rocks. And also, guys, you guys gotta let me know if the Citrus speed right now is too slow, or if you want me to speed it up a little bit, because I've been testing it out. It looks okay to me, but it's up to you guys. Let me know if it's a little bit too slow, if there's too many pauses in between. The pauses kind of helps because I get to talk about my plays a little bit more. But he goes into Drapion, as I do believe I go into Registeel. Oh no, yeah, I just wish up with my Vaporeon, and which is fine, because I was hoping he missed a Stone Edge. I was gonna, like, I knew if the Stone Edge hit, it was probably gonna kill us, but I was banking on it missing. And it was a bad play because Vaporeon is actually very important against Chandelure. But now that it's not a Choice Scarf or Z-move Chandelure, it's not that big of a threat. So pretty much Vaporeon I could just play around with. I had a feeling he wasn't gonna go for Stone Edge. He was gonna think I was gonna go into Registeel and switch into Drapion, which makes sense. So here I just go for the Protect to get my wish back. And the bad thing is that we are poisoned, but we aren't like badly poisoned. So we're only losing, what is it, like 16% health or something like that, instead of constantly losing more and more health each turn. So him only setting up 1 layer spikes is good for us, at least, because now he can't really outstall my Vaporeon. It is getting hurt, but it's not as bad, like I said, if it was badly poisoned. So here, I do believe I go into Registeel because I didn't want Vaporeon's leftovers to be knocked off. I didn't want Tornadus leftovers to be knocked off, even though it wouldn't have been a big deal. But so I switch. I believe he also switches here. I think he switches into Flygon here. No, he switches into Rotom here, which is really good for me because I did switch into my Registeel, and that means I can set up my Stealth Rocks, which is pretty awesome because as you see, he's switching around a lot, so if I have rocks up, it's going to limit him from constantly switching over and over again, which is really good. So in comes the Registeel. We are still a good amount of health also, and he's going to go for the Volt Switch, which makes sense, so get that momentum. But I'm just going to go for rocks, and Registeel's been pretty good for me so far in this battle. He's going to be able to, I'm going to be able to set up rocks here and everything. So he goes into his Flygon, which is a pretty big threat, but a Choice Scarf Flygon with Earthquake does not have a chance to kill me from here unless he's banded. So he wouldn't be Choice Scarf, he would be Banded. But if he's Banded, that gives me a lot of insight on what type of set he is. So I decided to stay in and just go for a Toxic. As he goes for U-turn, I had a feeling he wasn't going to go for Earth Power, thinking I might switch out into Tapu Bulu and then he could U-turn, get some damage and momentum. So I just stayed in with my Registeel, and I go for Toxic because I was thinking he might go into Chandy, something like that, but he goes into Mesprit, which the Toxic is fine on Mesprit also because Mesprit is really bulky. I totally forgot Mesprit was even on his team because I feel like I barely even saw it. But I just Toxic this thing, and he's going to stay in after this turn, I believe, to set up Rock. So here I should have just went straight into Tapu Bulu, not Tapu Bulu, into Tornadus. I think Tornadus would have been a better play to switch into here instead of staying in with Registeel. But I didn't want to risk him going for Thunder Wave or something like that and just crippling my Tornadus, which can, as you can see, can also be a really big win condition for me. Because Life or Hurricane just really destroy his team besides Rotom. But Rotom's already weak and he's going to get hurt by Rock, so he can only come into a Hurricane one more time after, like, let's say if I came in with Tornadus right now, he takes a Hurricane, he Volt Switches out, he can only come in one more time after that. No, he can only come in one more time now, I should say, yeah, because after that, with Rock's damage, he'll pretty much die. So I go for Flash Cannon, hoping I will get the Special Defense drop. I believe it gets, I know it drops something, it's either Special Attack or Special Defense, but I think it's Special Defense. Hoping I could get that drop. And here, I thought he was going to switch into Chandy because, as you saw, he just saw I was going to go for Flash Cannon. So I go for Toxic again. And this is going to be pretty much like the same few turns. I didn't want him to get a free switch into Chandelure, so I just kept clicking Toxic. To me, that was safe because either way, Toxic is killing this Mesprit regardless. So I wanted to go for Toxic because I didn't want to give his Chandelure a free switch, his Flygon a free switch, his what else does he have? Drapion would obviously have been immune to the Toxic, but still, that would be more Stealth Rock damage on Drapion, which is always nice too, because like I said, it's his check to Bulu, I'm guessing, because nothing else here is really going to check Bulu. I guess Mesprit could have, but not really. So right now we're sitting kind of good, even though this berry does give so much health back. What? I've never seen that berry before. I'm guessing it's new, but that thing's just, oh my god, that gave him so much health back. So I believe I might have gone for another Toxic now. So I thought maybe because he got health back, he was gonna just he was gonna switch out into Chandelure to save his Mesprit, but he stays in. So I believe after this I say, okay, he's not gonna switch out anymore. I think he would have switched out by now. So I went for Flash Cannon. I do believe I would go for Flash Cannon here. I think I do. And it's gonna be a kill. He gets 2 crits in a row. That's crazy. I'm very lucky. But I go for the Flash Cannon, do some decent damage to this Mesprit, and it's gonna die from the Toxic. And since Registeel did put the Toxic on Mesprit, we are gonna get a kill for Registeel. And I'm sorry if I'm fixing my filter in front of you guys. I keep knocking it down. I have it in a new position than I usually do, so I'm not used to it being right here. So he's gonna go into Flygon, and I have a feeling this thing is a Choice Scarf Flygon. So I want to see if he's gonna go for Earth Power or something like that, or Earthquake, which he does go for Earth Power, so that shows he is a special Flygon, which makes sense because Flamethrower and Fire Blast does more damage to Bulu than Fire Punch would. So he gets rid of my Registeel, which is fine, because we are gonna go into Matty Brawling the Tapu Bulu here, which is pretty much gonna either kill this Flygon or just do massive damage to whatever wants to come in. And obviously it has to be Bulu. The only thing he can bring in is Bulu. The only thing that can actually wall Tapu Bulu is Drapion. Did I say he has to bring in Bulu? He has to bring in Drapion. I don't know what I was saying before, but he has to bring in Drapion. So as you're gonna see, Drapion is gonna come in. It's gonna take Stealth Rock's damage, and it's gonna take Adamant, Choice Scarf, Bulu's Wood Hammer. So let's see how much damage this does. So with the Stealth Rocks, he's around like 88%, and then this Wood Hammer does so much damage to Bulu. Bam! So as you see, he drops extremely low, so that did around like 50 something percent to this Drapion. I think it did like around 50, which would have brought him down to what, like 30 something percent. So He's around 37% right now, and with grassy terrain and his black sludge, he's gonna be able to go up to around 46%. So here, the roll was heavily in my favor. He's around 57%, and the roll to this Drapion spread is 46 to 54% damage. So I had a very high chance of killing this Drapion here. So I took the chance because, like, I don't know. I should know that Pokemon is not a skill-based game, and this Drapion does live on 1%, so I literally got the lowest of lowest rolls on that second hit, which really sucks because I would have been able to kill off this Drapion. I should have not risked Bulu, because Scarf Bulu pretty much just won me the game. I should have not risked it, but the roll was so heavily in my favor, I thought I would be able to get it because, like I said, he was like a 47%. The roll is from 46 to 54. So he literally had like a 10% chance to live that, and he got that chance. So I don't know. This game is... I'm just really unlucky with this game. Because I tend to lose a lot of rolls. I get critted a lot. I get burned, scald, and all that stuff. I miss my moves. So I don't know. I was kind of mad at this point because I was like, I really can't just get a roll in my favor. But whatever. Bulu is pretty much useless now because everything outspeeds it. I would have been able to kill off this Drapion, and we pretty much would have just won the game from there on because nothing could take a Wood Hammer from Tapu Bulu. So I switch into my Tornadus, seeing the Poison Jab coming, and even if he hits me with the Poison Jab, and I go for Hurricane and I miss, I should still be able to live a second Poison Jab unless he gets the poison. But you guys already know I'm super unlucky in this game, and I'm gonna get poisoned from the Poison Jab. So now I'm just like, wow, okay, you know, like, this game is just like pretty much rubbing it all in my face right now. Like, I haven't got a crit, nothing at all whatsoever, and that's, I don't know, this tends to happen to me a lot. I never get any RNG on my, like, to help me out, but I get RNG like crazy. I already got 2 crits on Registeel, a low roll with Tapu Bulu, a poison on Tornadus, so I'm hoping I'm not gonna miss this Hurricane because it's really important to get rid of this thing because Tornadus can still win me the game. I go for Hurricane and I miss. So yeah, I was just really mad at this point pretty much. I was just like, because I pretty much just lose now. There's no way I can really win because Entei's not gonna be able to do enough to kill his Lycanroc, to kill Rotom, all that, because I'm gonna have to take damage from Drapion to begin with. So like I said, I was pretty annoyed at this point. And you're gonna see I'm gonna go into Entei after this, and I am gonna go for the Z Sunny Day, which is gonna give me a +1 speed, but I'm gonna have to take damage from this Drapion regardless, because this Drapion is actually outspeeding me right now. I don't have a lot of speed because I was banking on the Sunny Day, Z Sunny Day, to give me that speed boost. Either way, he does have that, what's it called? What's that thing called? Lycanroc. He has Lycanroc in the back, so he can easily revenge kill me. But he goes for knockoff. He's not gonna do a lot because I do have the Z move, the Z Crystal. And sorry for that lag. I think here it lags a little bit. So I'm sorry about that, guys. It does lag around here, but then it goes back to back to normal. So I do go for the Z Sunny Day. It's gonna boost up my speed. It's gonna give my Sacred Fire a little bit more strength. And we're gonna be able to obviously take out this Drapion, outspeed it and take it out because we do get the speed boost from the Z Sunny Day. So I don't know, I was just pretty annoyed by now. I was just like, there's no way I can win this game because of all that hacks that pretty much just happened to me. Made me lose the game pretty much. I would have easily, Tapu Bulu would have killed Drapion, killed Lycanroc, killed Flygon, because Flygon's at low enough health after rocks where I can just go for Horn Leech and kill Flygon, kill Rotom, and what else did he have? And kill Chandelure, because Chandelure would have came into rocks, and Woodhammer does about like 70% to Chandelure, something like that, maybe even more. So Bulu would have pretty much just gotten 5 kills, and I would have won either 3-0, 4-0. So sorry if I'm already spoiling early, but as you guys can see, I can't really do much because I've already taken too much damage with Entei. The poison damage, the priority from a Cell Rock, so even if he's not Scarf, he can go for did I say a Solar Rock? The priority from Lycanroc using a Solar Rock to be able to take out my Entei, and then all I have left is Vaporeon and what's that thing called? Cofagrigus, I do believe. No, I have Bulu, Cofagrigus, and Vaporeon. So I had a chance. If he didn't have Crunch with Lycanroc, I had a chance to live, to still bring it back with Cofagrigus. That was my only chance, but I'm gonna spoil it now. He does have Crunch, and he has banded Lycanroc, so there's no way I could beat his team to this point, pretty much. So he goes for that Cell Rock. It's gonna chip off Entei. Poor Entei goes down, and it only got 1 kill. Man, Entei looks so cool though. Entei is definitely my favorite legendary. He's always been since I was a little kid. But I'm gonna go into Cofagrigus here. The only thing I could really do is just set up Calm Mind and hope that I can somehow still bring this back with Cofagrigus. But like I said, his Lycanroc does have Crunch. He's gonna switch out into his Rotom Wash as I go for the Calm Mind. Then he's gonna Volt Switch back into the Lycanroc. And I was hoping that Hex will do enough to kill Lycanroc as it came back in, but it does not. So you'll see that, But yeah, see, Rocks would not have let Rotom come into Tornadus Hurricane. So either Bulu or Tornadus pretty much just won the game for me, and it sucks. It really does suck. Because if I play my cards right, I can at least lose 3-0 because Vaporeon can still kill Chandelure. But yeah, it really does suck. But so we're gonna see here. I'm gonna go for a Calm Mind, and I'm gonna go for the Hex. I probably should have went for the Will-O-Wisp, but I was scared that this Rotom was a trick Spax or trick Choice Band Rotom, because it deals with Vaporeon, it deals with Cofagrigus. Because Calm Mind Cofagrigus is a big threat, and I thought he would bring Trick Rotom, which I think actually worked pretty well. I don't know why he didn't bring it. So I should have went for Will-O-Wisp here because it would have weakened this Lycanroc. It would have let me live a Crunch, and I would have at least killed the Lycanroc. Still probably would have died to Chandelure because Chandelure, even though I do have the Ghost Resist Berry, I'm already weakened too much for Chandelure. So I would have at least been able to Will-O-Wisp this thing, live the Crunch, and then kill it with a Hex. But like I said, I didn't go for the Willow because I was scared that Rotom was Trick, and the only way I could really win was with Cofagrigus. So he goes for the Crunch, and he is banded, so that's gonna wipe us out cleanly. So Cofagrigus goes down. Poor Cofagrigus. So yeah, it's gonna take a little while because all these things right here, changing the ability, and me just dying. So it goes down, goes Cofagrigus. So I have to bring in Vaporeon now because obviously he's gonna outspeed Bulu, and I'm pretty sure a Choice Scarf Crunch will kill Tapu Bulu. So not a Choice Scarf, a Choice Bandit. So I'm just gonna go for the Wish here, I do believe, because I had a feeling I could live the Crunch. Yeah, so Vaporeon's really freaking bulky, so I go for the Wish, and I do live the Crunch. I probably should have, I go for Protect here. I was about to not click Protect. I had a feeling he might save his Lycanroc to try to win with Differential, but either way, Chandelure dies because Chandelure cannot kill me with one Energy Ball after I get the Wish back and leftovers and all that good stuff. So I did go for Protect because I thought he was just gonna sack this thing, but I guess it didn't make sense to sack it either. No, it did make sense to sack it because even if I protected, he could Crunch again and has a flinch chance, which I've already been extremely bad with RNG this game, so he could have easily got that flinch chance. But I go for the Protect anyways just to be safe, to hopefully, I don't know, do something with Vaporeon, but he still has Rotom, so I can't really do much. And he's gonna go for the, well, I go for the Protect as he switches into Chandelure. So as you see, Chandelure would have came into Rocks and it would not have been able to take a Wood Hammer from Tapu Bulu at all. And we are Scarf, so we would have outsped that Chandelure. So that's just hindsight, you know. I mean, I got extremely unlucky, but here I get the Wish back and everything, so I'm looking healthy. I can at least lower the differential to 3-0 because Energy Ball does max like 50% to my Vaporeon. So I could Scald this Chandelure and easily take it out and at least lose 3-0. Like I said, losing 3-0, it's fine. It's, you know, it's better than 4-0, obviously, because it's a less number. So he goes for energy ball. I'm like, alright, so at least I'm gonna take out the Chandelier. Vaporeon can add a kill. But nah, Pokemon once again wants to be an asshole and just gives his Chandelier a crit. So I was just like, at this point I was just laughing because I was like, really, like, he's got 3 crits up to this point. A low roll with Bulu, a Hurricane Miss with Tornadus, and a Poison Jab 30% with his Drapion. So he has in total 6 different hacks on me, and I have gotten nothing. I haven't gotten a crit, nothing. So I don't know. I was at this point I was really annoyed, not by him, obviously by the game, because I was just like, I feel like I put in time to prep for these games, and then I just lose to Hats, because I would have easily destroyed his whole team with Tapu Bulu and Tornadus alone. So I could have easily won 4-3-0, depending on what he would sack and stuff like that. But I don't know. So I was pretty mad because this should have been a match I won, and the only reason he really won was because of hacks. So it sucks. It is Pokemon, but this is why I don't know. I was really tempted to just stop playing this game. Truthfully, I didn't want to play this game anymore. I was just like, it's not worth it. I feel like it's really not a skill-based game. It's like, if you're versing me, you're gonna get lucky and win. I don't know. I feel like when I battled Kyle on TBU, he beat me. He beat me fair and square. He made the right moves. I did get a little bit unlucky, but he still had the big advantage over me. So when I lose when someone just outplays me, then that's fine. You know, I lost because he outplayed me. But if I lose because of RNG, at least this badly. Like, sure, I got a low roll on Bulu, but I could have won with Tornadus if I played it right. But I missed the Hurricane, I get the Poison and all that. So, I don't know, it just sucks, it really sucks. But we have to bring it back next week, it doesn't matter. We're gonna have to get a big win next week because we have to even out that 4. We are going up against our boy Pichu Bros and his Adelaide Agrons, I believe. I think that's the name of his team. I'm not 100% sure, don't count me on that. I know it's Adelaide something. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry if I do sound a little salty, but I was just really annoyed by the RNG. I just think it was really unfair on my side. Starting off the year with really bad RNG, it just sucks because last year I would get RNG all the time, so I was hoping this year would change, but nope, not really. So, thank you guys for watching, and I think my voice just cracked, but thank you guys for watching. And like always, guys, leave a like and subscribe, and have a beautiful day, fam. Thank you once again.